acknowledging that one of our dear long-term students is most unwell, Mary Langmaid. She's been with the Tibetan Buddhist Society for many years. I'm not quite sure where she's up to. We'll hear more during the week. But if you could please keep her in your prayers and your dedications with your practice, that'd be really lovely. Thank you, everyone. Mary Langmaid. One of the things I'm going to talk about today is change, and the fact that change is always with us. We don't get any choice. And when we think about our older students, which I'm rapidly becoming one more and more, we realise that, you know, as much as we might like to stop the clock or stop the world or whatever it may be, that things, time, ourselves, our friends, everything marches on. Today I'm talking a lot about joyfulness, so I'm thinking that, you know, when I think about change, you could sit here with glum faces and say, oh my goodness, it's really, really tragic and sad. But I think when you start to recognise that change will always happen, it makes it, certainly what I try to do is make the most of every minute of my life. You know, of course, not perfect, just ask my family, but on the whole, trying to be joyful in every minute of my life so that however long or short it may be, I have enjoyed what has been available for me. So, welcome back to the Tibetan Buddhist Society Peaceful Land of Joy. And as I've already said, with a great big grin on my face, how wonderful it is to be here. I'd like to start off our Path to Enlightenment 4 o'clock classes for this year with an acknowledgement of country. So if I could just read this, please. In welcoming you, I begin by acknowledging the Wurundjeri Woi-wurrung people, which includes the Gunung Willam Ballak clan, as the traditional custodians of this land. I pay my respects to their elders, past, present and emerging, and I extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, especially any who may be with us today. So my name is Pam. I'm a long-term student of Geshe Acharya Thubten Loden, very much to my great delight, relief and gratitude. He's the precious founder and spiritual leader of this centre, our traditional Tibetan Buddhist temple and society, the beautiful gardens that you've walked through to be here today, and the centres in Perth, Sydney and Brisbane. So as we start our Path to Enlightenment classes this year, 2022, how amazing. I cannot think of a better way to do it than to begin by celebrating our good fortune with our marvellous prayers. Now, Nikki, I have an idea some people may not have prayers. Could you help me with that, please? I don't know this. Or out that way, are they? Thank you.
On the screen.
Oh, they're on the screen, of course. Thank you, Monica, Mum. Beginning of the year. Oops, number one. Okay, so let's start with our prayers, which are on the screen, as Monica so helpfully told me. These prayers are also so joyful. They aren't the eighth wonder of the world. Definitely not. These prayers, in my opinion, are the first wonder of the world. To think that these prayers are recited in so many places, in so many languages, bringing peace, comfort, courage and joyfulness to so many is truly amazing. So today we'll do all the prayers in English, just to start us off the year. After that we'll do Tibetan and English from here on. So let's commence with the general prayers on page 19 and also on your screen. Peaceful, calm and focused. Let's begin. General prayers on page 19. The first one is praise to Shakyamuni Buddha. Teacher, Bhagavan, Tathagata, Arhat, perfectly pure and complete Buddha, all-knowing, having poise, Sugata, apprehender of the world, navigator of beings to be subdued, incomparable, teacher of gods and humans, to the Buddha, the Bhagavan, the glorious conqueror Shakyamuni, we prostrate, make offerings and go for refuge. And then the refuge and bodhicitta prayer. To the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, I go for refuge until becoming enlightened. Through the merit of my generosity and so on, may I achieve Buddhahood to benefit all beings. To the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I go for refuge until becoming enlightened. Through the merit of my generosity and so on, may I achieve Buddhahood to benefit all beings. To the Buddha, Dharma and Sangha, I go for refuge until becoming enlightened. Through the merit of my generosity and so on, may I achieve Buddhahood to benefit all beings. And then the short mandala offering. This ground, anointed with perfume and strewn with flowers, Mount Meru, the 4 continents, adorned with sun and moon, imagined as a Buddha land and offered thus, may all beings enjoy such pure lands. Idam Guru Ratnam Mandala Kam Yami. It's a long time since I've said these prayers with other people. Even if you don't know the meaning of them or anything, I think prayers are so beautiful when a group come together, and it's the group power of the prayer, not just an individual power. So turning over to page 21, we're at the 7 Nim Prayer. I prostrate my 3 doors with a mind of respect and offer all actually arranged and mentally emanated offerings. I reveal all the downfalls and negativities that I have ever collected and rejoice in the virtues of individuals and superiors. Please remain perfectly abiding until samsara is no longer seen. I request you to turn the vast and profound wheel of Dhamma. I dedicate the virtues of myself and others to the great enlightenment. And then turning over the page again, the prayer of the lineage gurus. Body born from a million magnificent, excellent virtues, speech fulfilling the hopes of infinite beings, a mind that sees all objects of knowledge precisely, I bow my head to the chief among the Shakyas. Supreme sons of the incomparable teacher, carrying the load of all the conqueror's deeds, by their emanations appearing in countless realms, I prostrate to Maitreya and Manjushri. The mother of conquerors is difficult to fathom. The precise thought is in the commentaries written by Jamdavicta's ornaments, Nagarjuna and Asanga. I prostrate at the feet of those most renowned in the 3 realms. From these 2 great chariots come the excellent lineages of the paths of profound view and vast deeds. Their essential points gathered thoroughly and without fault. Prostration to the land holding this treasure of instruction. Giving explanation through compassion by seeing precisely and completely the essential points of all paths of Sutta and Tantra, holder of the conqueror's entire holy Dharma, prostrations to the glorious Losang Drapa. I, seeing all the infinite teachings, supreme way of crossing for those entering the journey to liberation, moved by compassion to deeds skilled in method, prostrations to the spiritual masters who make everything clear. So now what we've done in our prayers is we've taken refuge in the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma and the Sangha. We've established the motivation for our practice. We've made offerings of thanks, affirmed the 7 steps guide for our practice, and we've also paid homage to the amazing lineage that we have in our Galap tradition. So now we're going to say the great treasury of excellence on page 27. This is the prayer of the path to enlightenment, and what it actually does is outline every step of the path from starting off right through to enlightenment. The kind master is the basis of all qualities, and proper reliance is the root of the path. By seeing this excellence and through much striving, bestow blessings to be devoted with great respect. This gentle support of freedom at this one time is most difficult to achieve. Knowing its great value gives rise to a mind seizing its essence constantly, day and night. Bestow blessings to generate this continuum unceasingly. It is like a bubbling water, this constantly moving body and mind. Thus before the sweet collapse of death, beyond death like body and shadow, white and black karmic results follow after. By gaining firm certainty in this, the mass of faults, subtle and very subtle, are abandoned, and the accomplishment of all virtuous collections completed. Bestow blessings to ever retain conscientiousness. The qualities of samsara are unfit to be trusted. The door to all suffering, do not be content with these enjoyments. By knowing its defects, bestow blessings to develop a great aspiration for the bliss of liberation. By that pure thought, great conscientiousness is drawn forth, and mindfulness and awareness of the individual liberation, the root of the teachings, bestow blessings to make this the essential practice. Just as I myself have fallen into samsara's ocean, all living beings as mother are also like that. By seeing the responsibility for the liberation of beings, bestow blessings to be trained in supreme bodhicitta. However, by merely generating the mind, if not acquainted with the 3 aspects of ethics, enlightenment will not be attained. By seeing this excellence, bestow blessings to train with strong efforts in the power of the conqueror's sons. Pacifying distraction toward perverse objects by way of proper analysis of the perfect meaning, bestow blessings to and continuously generate the path related to the union of calm abiding and special insight. Thus becoming a vessel trained in the common paths into the Vajrayana, supreme evolution of all vehicles. Bestow blessings to engage the easy path itself, that sacred way of crossing for fortunate beings. The bracelet for the 2 aspects of attainment is when guarding the pure vows of commitment is found to be genuine and certain. Bestow blessings to protect them even at risk of life. Then by understanding properly the important points, which are the essence of the two stages of the Tantra classes. Bestow blessings to practice according to these holy teachings, with continuous effort in the Supreme Fourth Session Yoga. Like that, may the spiritual friend revealing the gentle path and the friends of proper practice stand firm, bestow blessings to quickly pacify the masses of outer and inner hindrances. In all rebirths, may I never be parted from the perfect gurus and the enjoyment of the glorious Dharma, by utterly completing all qualities, paths and grounds, may I quickly achieve the state of Vajradhara. Thank you, people. So, where shall I start today? To tell you the truth, I'm feeling a bit flummoxed and quite reflective. I said I was going to talk about, we'll look back and review the progress that we made in 2021. Then over the next weeks, we'll explore those individual characteristics and actions that create the patterns of our lives. But I'd actually like to divert from that. I was walking around my neighbourhood the other day, and I went past a house that is always decorated with brightly coloured banners and signs supporting various signs. It has things out like Save the Whales and the 3 R's, recycle, reuse. I can't remember what the last R is. We only have one earth, ride, not drive, and so on. And they're really great people. This time they had a huge banner strung out across the house and it said, "Thank you all, 2020. Then on the next line of the banner it said, "Thank you all, 2021. Then lastly, sort of squashed in at the bottom, had a line that says, "Thank you all, 2022. When I read that banner, I was thinking that I don't think any of us could have really anticipated or appreciated the full import of that last line. And so today, my previous plan, I decided to do something quite different. What I'd like to do is acknowledge what is happening in our world and taking time to meditate on 2 particular teachings of Buddha. The teaching on change and the teaching on equanimity. So let's start off with change. So I mentioned briefly before, Buddha taught change, that everything changes perpetually. Change is ongoing. Some change is easily observable. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. My fridge was full of food and now it's empty. I think that's a very mysterious change, but anyway. Other changes are less perceptible. It may be on a grand scale, such as the growth of trees in a forest, or at a tiny molecular level, like sand moving in the Sahara Desert. I think the point is that change exists always, perpetually. So in knowing that, we understand that nothing is permanent. Along with change, Buddha taught nothing is permanent. Everything has a rising, an abiding, and a declining. Everything is like that. You, me, all living beings. We are born, we live, and we die. Inanimate objects are created, last for however long, and then disintegrate. On a larger scale, mountains erode into plains and oceans rise and fall. Here in this city of Melbourne, excuse me, and indeed all around the world, change is being experienced moment by moment. People are just starting to emerge from the restrictive life of COVID lockdown. We are now daring to leave the sanctuary of our homes. We drive our cars again, celebrate with lunches with friends. And it's so wonderful to be in our friends' company again. We return to our offices. We go on holidays and even open our borders. Everything changes always. But Buddha also emphasised the interdependence. Buddha also emphasised the interdependence of change. We are all reeling from, we're all reeling from recent events in other countries. The Ukraine situation is so tragic, so much suffering, so much needless suffering. Those poor Ukraine people and their country, those poor Russian soldiers. We are so sad for them. And in our own country too, we've managed to escape the bushfires, but now here come the incredible floods. Again, we sit glued to our TVs as we watch the tragic unfold. And in Western Australia, they are experiencing COVID like we had experienced for the last couple of years, a break similar to that of our eastern states. So it's not only overseas, it's our country as well. It could be so easy to become despondent, but early in my own Buddhist journey, I distinctly remember a monk saying to me, "If it ain't joyful, it ain't Buddhism." This monk was a bit of a wag, and he used to walk around with a great grin on his face, and I've never forgotten those words. They have made such an impact on me, quite stopped me in my tracks. So no matter how bad things may seem, no matter what is happening, Buddha always shows us a way forward. Indeed, Buddha gave us 84,000, as you know, marvellous teachings about how to do this. So today, instead of teaching Dharma in a formal way, what I'd like to do is focus on our practice. There is little we can do to directly affect the change in our current world events. But as we celebrate Losar, the beginning of the year in the Tibetan calendar, and start the year of the water tiger, we can harness our water tiger's characteristics of perseverance, strength, and resilience to gently navigate today's challenges. As we contemplate interdependence, we can appreciate with gratitude that our practice will make an important contribution to this world's situation. Indeed, we have already made a start with the practice of our prayers. So, now I would like us to continue our contribution to world well-being through a few of I've had the opportunity to choose these, few of my favourite Buddhist meditations, practices that soften my heart, move me away from anger and aggression, and open me to love and caring for every sentient being, all the world. Practices that guide me to peace. So today, dear people, I'd like you to join me in meditations. The first meditation focuses on ourselves and our own well-being. And then we'll excuse me, and then we'll do another one that brings our hearts to the welfare of everyone, all sentient beings. As we do these meditations, we'll take our time and enjoy them, discovering the beauty of meditation, how it salves us and opens our minds. And thinking of that monk again, we do some beautiful meditations that if they ain't joyful, they ain't Buddhism. Don't worry if you haven't done meditation before. I'll lead the way and provide instructions as we go. And certainly it is more than enough to just sit and enjoy the practice, resting your mind in peacefulness. So what we usually do when we start off meditations is that we adopt a particular meditation posture, which I'll go through in a moment. But the main thing is that we are comfortable, because what we want to do is sit with our body relaxed so we can concentrate on our minds. So getting our bodies physically ready to meditate, first thing is settle your bottom wherever you are, settle it on the chair or your cushions so that you feel nice and stable. If you're sitting on the floor, your legs are crossed comfortably, or sit comfortably on a chair with both feet stable on the floor. If possible, keep your legs parallel if you're on a chair and not cross them. Your backbone is straight because that supports the rest of your body, sort of like the trunk of a tree. Your shoulders are level. Your arms are relaxed like the branches of the tree coming off your spine. If you lift this part of your chest a little bit, you'll find that you'll naturally straighten your back and so that you're more upright and your spine's a bit straighter. But the idea is to do it comfortably without tension. And then also if you lift this part, you'll find that your head tips slightly forward, sort of at about a 45 degree, so that if you've got your eyes open, when you look at the floor in front of you, it's about 1.5 meters in front of you. So you're not tense like this and agitated, and you're also not falling asleep like this. Your mouth, jaw and tongue relaxed in a natural position, and your hands resting in your lap. Different meditation traditions do it different ways, but with us we usually put our left hand down, palm up, our right hand on top of palm up, and our thumbs just touch. But whatever you're used to in your tradition, please do it that way. And then they just rest gently in our laps. And then as you gently close your eyes, it's almost like you can feel your eyelashes brushing your cheeks. Or if you're used to meditation, you might like to half close your eyes and relax comfortably that way. So as we start this meditation, the first part is awareness of body. As we sit in this quiet, gently expand your mind to an awareness of your body, getting it ready to meditate. Take your mind to the top of your head, then gently scan down your body for tension, starting at the crown and coming down. Your head, face, neck, shoulders, arms, hands, body, legs, knees, ankles, feet, toes, pausing there and checking Is your body relaxed and comfortable? Not so comfortable that you start to fall asleep, but ready to focus on meditation. If you need to move just a little bit to be able to settle, please do so, but try not to disturb yourself too much. Nicely settled, aware but calm. Now bring your mind in again. Gently scan back up from your toes, feet, ankles, checking as you move up, knees, legs, stomach area, all relaxed. Then up to the level of your heart, the centre of your chest. Pause, sitting quietly and gently, concentrating at your mind around the centre of your chest. Now expand the focus of your concentration back to your whole body. Quietly, stillly, if that's a word. Nothing to do, just observe. Observing your body. Now we move from awareness of body to awareness of our breath. Gently slide your concentration across, noticing your breath. Breathing in naturally, without forcing anything. Just observing the sensation of each breath. Maybe you are noticing the rise and fall of your chest, or the air passing in and out at the tip of your nose. Just gently resting and observing, becoming aware of your breathing as it goes in and out. Don't let distractions or agitations interrupt you, and still this time. Keep yourself alert, focused. Now slide your awareness across from your breath to your mind. The third awareness, awareness of mind. How is your mind now? Is it more settled than when you started the class today? How does your mind feel when you dwell in this place of peace and calm? Sitting quietly and enjoying these three awarenesses. Awarenesses of body, breath, and mind. With an appreciation of interdependence. And as we take this meditation further, we'll start by acknowledging that many Buddhists around the world are mourning the recent passing of Titanahan. Titanahan, the Zen Buddhist monk, born in 1926, and exiled from his own country of Vietnam for many decades. Titanahan, the global spiritual leader, author, poet, and outspoken peace activist, he was renowned for his powerful teachings on mindfulness, peace, and non-violence. But more than that, his life work epitomised his term engaged Buddhism, living peace, by adhering to a contemplative life whilst actively helping those in need. Titanahan said that our practice is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Without practice, we do not know how to handle our fear, our anger, and our despair. We cannot help ourselves. We cannot help other people. We cannot contribute to world peace. So let's, as we continue this meditation, do Titanahan's 8 mindful breathings. By focusing on ourselves in this meditation, we acknowledge our own pain of fear, anger, and aggression, and learn to find a place of kindness and love. Venerable Manakam, could you put up the breathe calligraphy, please? This is a beautiful calligraphy of Titanahan's. It's one of the things he was known for. Titanahan starts with breathing in. I know I am breathing in. Mindful of the in-breath, the only object of mind. Everything else falls away. Agitation, pain, anger, tension, released as soon as you focus. Breathing in, I follow my in-breath all the way through to the very end. Not a millisecond of interruption, the energy of mindfulness. Now we can follow our out-breath all the way through. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. Mindful of the out-breath, the only object of meditation. Be aware of your body. Breathing in, I am aware of my body. I'm bringing my mind home to my body. I'm fully present, fully alive. We are truly alive only when the mind is with the body. Breathing in, I am aware of the tension in my body. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I release the tension of my body. As we take our minds to the realm of feelings, we can generate a feeling of joy. Life is available only in the present moment, Titanahan tells us. And there are so many moments of joy in the present moment. You can go back to the feeling of that happy moment right now, right away, that feeling of joy in the present moment. So don't look for happiness in the future. Take yourself back and look for it in the present moment. Happiness for yourself and for others. This generating a feeling of joy and experiencing it in the present moment, this is the art of happiness. The next two steps are the art of dealing with pain. Be aware of the seed of a painful emotion that is coming up in you. Don't try to hide, to run away from that pain. Titanahan tells us to tenderly generate a mindfulness of that seed of pain. No violence done to your suffering, just awareness. And mindfulness, knowing that it is there. Titanahan says that we store so many seeds of pain, of fear, anger, despair, there at the bottom of our consciousness. When people come along and disturb us, these seeds of pain rise up. But with our practice, we can also bring up the seed of mindfulness. Mindfulness is such a powerful source of energy to deal with whatever is happening. We can recognize and help ourselves straight away. Sit quietly for a moment with these practices and understandings and let them settle into your mind. Then when you're ready, gently finish the meditation and open your eyes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Titanahan. So just to let you know, I'm going to ask Venerable Manakam to put up a beautiful photo of Titanahan, who is obviously deceased. Titanahan and some of his calligraphy. I think his face just glows happiness. And I don't know how well you can see it, but the calligraphy there is beautiful. It says, "Oh my happiness." Let's pick up on another of Buddha's core teachings, that of friend, enemy and stranger. The teaching on friend, enemy and stranger is about how we all automatically categorise everyone all the time without even being aware that we are doing it. We categorise, make judgments, and then interact according to those judgments. Have you noticed how we like our friends, smiling and getting along? We scrunch up our noses at those we don't like and move on to more interesting, agreeable things. And we ignore strangers and their needs, not even noticing that they are there. It's not only us, of course. Basically, all humans do it many times throughout their day, distinguishing between, discriminating between friends, enemies, and strangers. The compassion of Buddha's teachings on peace, healing, love, compassion, and interdependence can help us in our practice and in our lives, learning how to hold everyone dear to our hearts. In our next meditation, interdependence meditation, it expands our practice not only to include our own well-being, but that of all sentient beings. It's a powerful, moving meditation that I first heard from Rod Lee, one of Geshe-La's students in Sydney. It's called Love and Kindness for Self and Others. So, Venerable Manakam, could you put up the peace in myself, peace in the world, please? Thank you. This is another one of Titanahan's beautiful pieces. In his book on contains a lot of these. He talks about not the art, but the meditative process of drawing the circle for each calligraphy. It's really quite beautiful how he describes it, you know, that you start off not quite knowing what the brush is going to do and then always end up back at the same point. It's really lovely. Anyhow, let's do love and kindness for self and others, our second meditation. Love and kindness, metta and karuna, what beautiful objects of meditation for this interdependence practice. So before we start, if you need to squiggle around a bit and get your bottom comfortable, maybe your legs have fallen asleep or whatever, the idea, as I was saying, is to be comfortable for meditation. That way you can focus on your meditating, not sitting there trying to see how long you can endure pain. Sort of interrupts things a bit. So, settling comfortably, here we go. Gently close your eyes and settle your mind with a few moments of breathing meditation. Observing your breath wherever you wish, at your own pace, maybe at your nostrils, the rise and fall of your chest, whatever works for you. Isn't that amazing? It's taken you about 10 seconds to get into a beautiful meditative state again. We carry that beautiful gift with us everywhere we go. Feeling the calm and the restfulness, just listening. Let's start off with ourselves, reflecting on ourselves. Imagine in front of you there is a vision of yourself, sort of like you were looking at yourself sitting comfortably in a chair just in front of you. As you contemplate yourself and acknowledge your difficulties, repeat these words in your mind. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free of suffering. Giving yourself these words. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free of suffering. Develop this heartfelt wish for yourself, sending these loving thoughts to yourself. May you truly be well. May you truly be happy. May you truly be free from suffering. Having the courage to really wish this for yourself. You can see that other part of yourself relaxing with these pure thoughts of loving kindness, accepting these good wishes. Peaceful, happy, maybe even smiling back at you. Feel your love and kindness for yourself. Now allow that visualization of yourself to dissolve and replace it with a visualization of a loved one or a friend, someone you care about. This person is now materializing in front of you. Send these same wishes out to this person, the loved one or friend. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free of suffering. Developing these heartfelt wishes of loving kindness for this person. Sending those wishes out to them. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free of suffering. And you can see the results of your practice as this person accepts your good wishes. Peaceful, happy, maybe even smiling back at you. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be free of suffering. Feel your love and kindness grow as you reflect on friends and loved ones. Now allow that visualization to fade. And it's replaced with other people that you may know, but not so well. People you may bump into, or maybe people you haven't met for quite a while. Let those people materialize before you. With our loving kindness and compassion, let's do the same for them, just as we have for ourselves and our loved ones. Send these same wishes out to those other people. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free of suffering. Develop this heartfelt wish of loving kindness for these people that you know but not so well. Send your sincere loving thoughts to them. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free of suffering. How lovely it is to see the results of your practice as these people accept your good wishes. Peaceful and happy, maybe even smiling back at you. They are just like us. They only want happiness and they never want suffering. May these people be well. May they be happy and free of suffering. It's more than just words sending this loving kindness to these people. We can really connect with our emotions, opening our hearts to them. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be free of suffering. See the results of our practice as they accept our good wishes. Peaceful and happy, smiling back at you. Now feel your own love and kindness grow even further as you open your heart to these people. How marvellous that our heart can open further to those more distant from us. One could anticipate that as we were doing it with loved ones, our heart would open further. Our heart has such limitless capacity for all. Now allow those persons to dissolve. Taking our meditation further, Replace it with someone you may not wish to spend time with, someone you find challenging, or they may find you a bit that way. This person is now materializing in front of you. Send these same wishes out to them. May this person be well. May this person be very happy. May this person be free from suffering. Sending out your wishes of love and kindness to a person you find challenging. How beautifully open your heart is. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be free of suffering. See the results of your practice as this person accepts your good wishes. Peaceful, happy, maybe even smiling back at you. How wonderful that you can extend your love and kindness to these people. Now allow this person to dissolve. Being aware of the challenging world times of flood and war. Take your visualization further again. Before us, as far as the eye can see, are all people, the entire population of the world. Those close to you, those you know are suffering, those who you may feel anger towards in these current circumstances. Everyone. Opening up your heart and realizing that all people are like us, wanting happiness, wanting to be free of suffering. Send these same wishes to them. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be free of suffering. Sending these wishes of love and kindness to all living beings. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be free of suffering. All human beings. Let's not forget all the other sentient beings on our planet. Animals, insects, fish, birds, creepy crawlies, pets, every living being. Bringing them into our meditation. They are all present in our minds as we send them loving wishes to all of them. May we all be well. May we all be very happy. May we all care for ourselves and care for others. May we all be completely free of suffering. Sending this out to all people and all living beings. See the result of our practice as they accept our wishes, every one of them, peaceful, happy, and smiling back at us. Your love, compassion, and kindness are as expansive as the sky. How beautiful, how precious. Now allow them all to dissolve as you take your mind back very gently to the breathing meditation that we started with. Breathing in and breathing out. Bringing your concentration back to your breath. Not going anywhere, not forward or back, just staying in the now. Focusing on the breath, breathing in and breathing out. When you're ready, gently finish the meditation and open your eyes. That was amazing. Thank you, dear people, for joining me in that meditation and what we've done today. It's quite extraordinary. As I said at the beginning, our practice is such an important way to make a difference. There may be little we can do to directly influence current world events, but we can harness our water tiger perseverance, strength and resilience to gently navigate today's challenges. As we recognise interdependence, we can appreciate with gratitude that through the teachings of Lord Buddha, our practice has made an important contribution to the peace and well-being in our own minds, in our own country's tragic challenges of flood, COVID and so forth, and in world situations of war and aggression. So let's seal the merit of our practice with dedication. And I'd like to read Geshe Acharya's Prayer for World Peace on page 45 of the prayer book, if people have it. If not, I think it's going to magically appear as well, Manis. page 45 if you've got your prayer book. I might, it's going to be difficult for people who are trying to go with me with this, but I might hop a few verses, just being aware of time. So, okay. So, great prayer for world peace. May all living beings be adorned with love, compassion, joy and equanimity. May they possess generosity, ethics, patience, effort, concentration and wisdom. Thus, by the virtue collected through all that I have done, may the pain of every living being be completely cleared away. May a rain of food and drink descend to clear away the pain of thirst and hunger we've hopped. And during the eon of famine, may I change myself into food and drink. May I become an inexhaustible treasure for those who are poor and destitute. May I turn into all things they could need, and may these be placed close beside them. Without any sense of loss, I shall give up my body and enjoyments, as well as my virtues of 3 times, for the sake of benefiting all. May I be with the protector for those without one, a guide for all travellers on the way. May I be a bridge, a boat and a ship for all who wish to cross the water. May I be an island for those who seek one, and a lamp for those desiring light. May I be a bed for all who wish to rest, and a slave for all who want a slave. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all boundless creatures. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food, and may the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find new hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their illness, and may every disease in the world never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound to be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting one another. May all worldly beings fighting a conflict and forever remain without bad conditions, such as earthquakes, disease or drought. May peace pervade the hearts of all, that they ever abide in joy and abundance. By the merits I have accumulated, may every living being abandon all forms of evil and continuously engage in virtue. So just thinking of the interdependence that we have been meditating about today, and how we've sent our love and compassion to all sentient beings, to ourselves particularly, to others, human and non-human, to all sentient beings. It's so easy to forget ourselves. And particularly call to mind those in your life that you want to dedicate your merit to, and you would like to remember in your dedications. And to Mary Langmaid, one of our dear people, may she be as well as possible and may her journey be peaceful. And then we can extend our dedication to all living beings, all sentient beings. So now let's turn over to the final prayer of the graduated path on page 31 of our prayer book. Final prayer of the graduated path, composed by the unequalled second Buddha, Jetsun Tsongkhapa. How grateful are we? By the two collections' vast space, amassed with effort for a long time, may I become a chief of conquerors, a guide for all beings whose mind's eye is blinded by ignorance. Also, in all lives while not yet come to that, may Manchushri favour me with his compassion. Finding the supreme path, complete with all the stages of the teachings, may I please the conquerors by practicing well. By my precise understanding of the essential points of the path, with skillful means drawn along by strong compassion, and by dispelling the mental darkness of beings, may I uphold the conqueror's teaching for a long time. Where the supreme precious teaching has not spread, also where it has spread but become degenerate, with a mind deeply moved by great compassion, may I claim the treasure of benefit and bliss. The stages of the path, excellently established by the marvellous deeds of the conquerors and their children, give glory to the minds of those aspiring for liberation. May the conqueror's deeds be long preserved. May all humans and non-humans who remove the obstructions and establish conditions favourable to cultivating the excellent path never be parted from all their lifetimes from the purest of paths which the Buddhas have praised. When someone makes effort to practice properly the 10 points of conduct of the Supreme Being, may they always be assisted by the mighty protectors, and may oceans of good fortune spread out, reaching all. And then the special dedication, which is on page 34 of our prayer book. Whatever white virtues we have thus created, we dedicate as causes, enabling us to uphold the holy Dharma of scripture and realisation, and to fulfil without exception the prayers and deeds of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the 3 times. By the power of this merit in all our lives, may we never be parted from the 4 wheels of the Mahayana, and may we complete the journey on the path of renunciation, bodhicitta, pure view, and 2 stages. And then our general dedication. By this virtue, may all beings complete the collections of wisdom and merit, and attain the 2 holy bodies arisen from wisdom and merit. May the precious superior mind of enlightenment be generated in those who have not yet generated it, and not decrease in those who have developed it, but increase continuously. I was thinking as we were reciting our final prayers then, that classes like this have people who are just starting their Buddhist journey and who knows where it will take them, and others of us who have been on this journey for a while. So for some of us, perhaps the practices of the meditations have made more sense and been more meaningful, and for others, the prayers themselves, talk to your heart because you've said them so many times. So I hope, whichever way it may be, that this class has been helpful for you and helpful for world peace. So thank you for joining me today. Thank you, Manik, and yet again, Venerable Manik, for making it all happen. I just sit in awe. I'm looking at Venerable Anna to help me. I think our next Path to Enlightenment class is next Sunday, the 13th of March. I've got no idea when long weekends are. Anna's nodding at me, so we're underway. Okay, so our next class is next Sunday, the 13th of March. And somewhere, when we come back then, what we'll actually do is what I said we were going to do today, which I decided to digress from. And so we'll restart our journey on the path to enlightenment teachings with lots of meditation, etc., as we have today. But thank you very much. I sincerely mean that, for joining me in prayers and practices for world peace in these troubling times. Very appreciated. Thank you, people. Thanks, Manny.